Can I tell you my favorite scene from your show that to this day I watch all the time, like over and over?
Okay.
And over.
Is it the art room scene?
Yeah,
That's my favorite scene. It's my favorite
art
scene in the
room.
whole world.
With you and Pam Adlon and the press the button. It says press. It's
the best
favorite scene, dude.
I love that.
Just speak. Here's and let me, dude.
Great scene.
And let me ask you something because I get nerded out on those scenes. I'll rewind a scene like
it's Big J Okerson's voice, if that's what you're gonna.
It is.
It is.
Big J Okerson, yeah. Hope I'm not getting him in trouble.
No.
I mean, I asked him to do it. I said, I wrote him and I said, can you please say this word, like for, to choose one like 5 times
Right.
into your phone and text it to me and I'll send you a check for a SAG check.
That's so
wow.
great.
He said, sure. And he did it and it's in there.
On the first take,
Yeah.
Pam turns her shoulder and walks away.
Yeah, she just
But it's an organic laugh that you can hear in the audio. I don't think she laughs as she walks away, but I don't think she meant to laugh.
She doesn't really laugh. She kind of goes like, oh, like
you can. I hear. She goes, okay. I hear her say, okay. She turned. Did you surprise? Was it a surprise when she first heard it, or you guys had already?
No, we knew what.
Oh God, it would have been so fucking funny if it was a surprise. Yeah. I wanted it so bad to be because there's a scene that I've nerded out like this about that I'll loop is in Baskets.
Yeah.
And I know you could tell he knows the scene because I've watched it 100 fucking times. But Louie is drinking a Gatorade.
Yes.
Your scene, that scene, it's the exact same comedy feeling in my soul where I go, this is so fun. And they knew it was fun. Oh, dude.
So I remember that day really well because when we set up Zach's show, we had this meeting, me and him, and I don't remember who else was there. But I started asking him we were just trying to decide what the show's about. And it was just Zach, a show for Zach. And I was working at FX. I had a show that was successful. And I said, I want to make another show. So they're like, all right. And I went to Zach first because nobody ever made me laugh that hard as Zach did. So anyway, when we sat and talked about what his show would be about, we had already made a deal. He's going to have a show. I was like, well, what if you have family in it, so we're talking about it. I said, what about your mother if you had a mother? And he goes, yeah, maybe. And I go, what's your mother really like in real life? And he goes, she's always like, Zach, why don't you do that? And I just said, your mother's Louie Andrew. And we all laughed. And then there was this pause. And I said, what if we get Louie Andrew to play your mother? And he's like, why does that sound like such a good idea? It just was immediately like, what a crazy idea. Yeah. But that's how it came about because I was making a flip joke. And then I was like, I enjoyed this part of the work. I was like, I just got on the phone and said, get Louie Anderson on the phone. I don't know him that way. We've met in person a bunch of times. I always liked him, but I didn't have a relationship with him. But I just said, get me Louie Anderson on the phone. And a few minutes later, I get this call from Louie in his car. And he goes, hi. I go, hi, Louie. It's Louis C.K. Yeah. So I'm making a show for FX, and Zach Galifianakis is the star of the show. We're doing a pilot. Okay. And I go, oh, we have a part in it. It's a substantial part for you. The thing is, we want you to play Zach's mother. And I just hear the sound inside the car. And then he goes, I love it.
Wow.
And it felt like we didn't know what he would do. We gave him the job. There was nothing written. And it was just that day we gave him the job.
Wow. We
made a deal, right? It was like, no, we're doing that. So I didn't know how it was going to work out. And I didn't know what Zach, so Zach hired John Chrysler?
Yeah, Chrysler. What's wrong with me?
Please look it up. Director.
Jonathan Chrysler. Yeah.
Chrysler.
Jonathan Chrysler. I don't know why I couldn't say it.
Jonathan Chrysler had done this show, Portlandia, which is one of my favorite things ever.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he just had this way of setting up improv, setting this scene for 2 characters. He knew how to shoot it, how to shoot it well, and how to just make it happen. So these guys after this one meeting where we talked about everything, I kind of went away and let them make the show. And then I showed up that day. And there's Louie Anderson in a dress. And I'm like, we're really doing this, huh? Wow. And I'm like, I don't know what is the character? What are you guys doing? And I sat and watched them shoot that scene, which just happened. There was nothing to it.
Yeah.
They had something to argue about that he doesn't respect his being a clown.
Right. And Martha, that was like an introduction from Martha.
And then there was this obsession with this Gatorade. And when that moment happened, I remembered. I had just arrived a few minutes before with the Gatorade, and that hits the spot. I was like, what do we do? This is incredible. This is incredible. Yeah. And Louie, and I got to really love Louie. We got to know each other much better.
Yeah.
And then he won a fucking Emmy, and it was such a glorious thing that Louie, because I loved him when I was a young comic, and he's such a sweet and good guy.
I used to open for him.
Struggled with his health, you know. It was really sad when he passed away. But yeah, it was one of the happiest moments of my career was him winning an Emmy.
Wow.
That was such a beautiful thing, because the way he did it, that character was fantastic throughout the season. 2 seasons, great, fucking great.
I did a show on FX called Dave with Little Dicky, and when I was on the show, I was like in love with baskets so much, and I was like, hey, I don't want to get paid. Like, can I just do anything in the thing? I just was like, I'll do an anything, and they were like, dude, you got to stop asking, like, because I kept asking my agent. I was like, just tell him I'll fucking. They were like, they don't want.
Does that work if people if talent asks?
No, but they said they don't. They were like, they're not
usually.
Yeah, because I've asked so many times. They're like, nah, it's not gonna happen.
I was like, I don't even want lines. I just want to be in like a background of the Burger King. I really wanted to be at the Burger King.
Right.
And I was like, just let me be in the thing. And they're like, they don't want like an actor or comic. They were like, they're not looking for that.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong. I was like, nah, I just want to be in the back.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have been right for it.
I know. See, that's right. There you go. That's right. He was like, no, you can't do it, dude.
So when people go, like my agents try to track projects.
Yeah.
Like when the Crazy Rich Asians were happening, like we're tracking this for you. We're putting your name in the past, And it's like I couldn't even get an audition at the end of the day.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
None of that works.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's good if you're trying to be an actor, you go in for a lot of stuff because they remember you. You just do the best version of you at the audition, and then you just are memorable. It doesn't matter getting that part. Like if you read something, you're like, that's not my kind of guy, and you try to be it, you're going to suck. So you just do your version of it.
Right.
And they'll go, that guy was good. He can't do this, but that guy, and they'll remember. I mean, I've cast a lot of things in my past with people that I've seen in other stuff that I've seen in stuff that I had them cast, come in for.
So go in for everything.
Go in for everything and do any part you get.
I say no
because
so much.
That's where, the agents don't get you work. No.
No, they're terrible people.
Worthless.
Terrible.
They're
terrible people.
They're terrible people. They're
absolutely worthless people. Some of the worst ever. They give some of the worst advice. They're snakes. They've set you up for something, and then when it goes bad, they're not there to back you up. They're the worst.
I think they're just
terrible pigs.
They're out of they're
pigs.
They're out of their depth a little, or they're in the wrong business.
I hate them. They're on the backs of us. They stink.
Yeah.
I can't wait to fire mine. I'm done with the business forever anyway.
Whoa, dude.
Why would you be done with the business?
Yeah, me too.
We're out, dude. We're the last show in Hollywood. This is it. I think we're the last.
Yeah,
this is it.
It's over.
It's dying. It's
done.
dying.
Yeah. That's a shame.
You do a movie.